Chapter 16. Rhys. Stairwells and takeaway. Ready for bed? I pick up my mobile and stare at it. But I can't bring myself to text yet. I need to get my head right. Figure out what to say. Why didn't I tell Kacey that Leanne had messaged when we were talking about the photo? There's no reason to hide it. But then again, I'm not in love with Leanne, so why broach the subject at all? Because I haven't the foggiest what to do about it. Do I open it? I don't want Leanne to know I've read it, so I turn off read receipts. Yes, I should have turned them off long ago, but I left everything as it was for a few weeks after the breakup, hoping, idiotically, Leanne might change her mind and apologize. Not that I'd have taken her back, but an apology would have been nice. At least I thought so back then. Once they're toggled off, I steel myself for whatever else she may have written that didn't show up on the preview. But before I can get up the nerve, a notification buzzes through. Kacey.
Still awake?
I should tell her now. No, not over text. In person. And after I've read Leanne's message. Me. Hanging on by a thread. Kacey.
Should I say goodnight then?
Me. Not so fast. Did you save the baby seals? Kacey.
LOL. Yes. We came up with a plan to prove we're harmless.
Me, thank heavens. I was so worried. Kacey.
Haha. Also went to my parents' place to talk to Mom.
Me. This late? Kacey.
I'm only 7 minutes from home. Real adulting over here.
Me. Nothing wrong with living nearby. So long as it was your call. Kacey.
It was.
Me. What did your mom have to say? Kacey.
She offered to deal with my dad, but I want to handle it, and she told me not to rush things with you.
Me. Smart lady. Kacey.
She is.
Me. No talking points for me then. What do I say if he brings up the photo? Kacey.
I'll show him the article and frame it as great publicity, which honestly it is.
Kacey.
Oh, and I'll talk to Dad tomorrow. I'll handle it.
I stare at the screen, debating whether to put my feelings into words. Why not? Me, not to be too forward, but I miss you. Kacey.
I miss you too.
Me. Ridiculous, really. We saw each other hours ago. Kacey.
Seeing each other is different than spending time together. If the gala weren't this Saturday, I'd ask you to meet me at a coffee shop right now.
Me. And I'd turn up in my pajamas. Kacey.
I'd love to see that. I'd wear mine too, so you wouldn't feel out of place.
Me. How very thoughtful of you. Kacey.
That's me.
Me. Well, I'm zonked. Better say goodnight. Kacey.
Me too. Definitely zonked. LOL.
Me. Having a laugh at my expense? Kacey.
Maybe.
Me. Glad I can entertain you. Kacey.
Okay, good night, Mr. Scrooge.
Me. Why Scrooge? I've been perfectly charming. Kacey.
I just like it.
Me. Humbug. Kacey.
See, it fits, right?
Me. Regressively, yes. Kacey.
Weren't we supposed to be going to sleep?
Me. Yes. But someone's keeping me up. Kacey.
Wonder who would do such a thing.
Me. Whoever it is ought to stop. Kacey.
Yeah, they should.
Me. Good night, Kacey. Sweet dreams. Kacey.
Good night, Rhys. Same to you.
I lie back, arms behind my head, staring at the ceiling for a solid 5 minutes before I'm ready to open Leanne's message.
Picked up the latest global business life. You did always photograph well, and the article captured a certain charm. I imagine it must be a relief, not having to play by London's rules anymore. America seems like a better fit for you. Incidentally, did you receive an invitation to the Enchanted Realms Gala? Nigel did, of course, so I'll be attending with him. It promises to be quite the event. Would be lovely to run into you and catch up.
Lovely. Oh, that's rich. I cross an ocean, then a continent, and still she turns up to torment me. No matter. Seeing her won't be any worse than it was back home. Or will it? Now that I've found someone who makes me laugh, will an encounter with Leanne sour me even on desiring Kacey's company? Will it renew my resolve to remain single forever? I toss my mobile onto the bed and turn on the telly to drown out the memories. Sleep's a lost cause anyway. The next day, I attend a painfully long meeting with finance, eat lunch while finalizing staffing changes for next quarter, and test the new security badge system, which locks me in the stairwell. Eventually, I give up trying to get back in. I make my way to the ground floor and ride the lift back up to my office. After sending the badge company a strongly worded email, I leave my strategy and operations floor under the guise of having an urgent debriefing meeting with events and aesthetics. Carol knows better, but thankfully, she says nothing. The atrium event hall buzzes with activity and Christmas pop tunes. Several people on ladders hang twinkle lights, snowflakes, and some very familiar lanterns from the ceiling. Men in coveralls guide extension cords on the rubber cable ramps, and workers fit pieces of a temporary stage together, extending the permanent one. As the music switches to simply having a wonderful Christmas time, I scan the expansive 4-story meeting hall and finally spot Kacey in a silver blouse and navy trousers, knee-deep in a mountain of cotton batting. She's got a roll of masking tape on her arm and a pencil between her teeth. Lisa hands her a staple gun. Kacey takes it and tucks the pencil into her hair at the base of her ponytail. I adore this side of her, hard at work, in her element. From the balcony I watch appreciatively as the muscles move in her toned arms. My eyes drop to the taper of her waist and the curve of her hip as she adjusts, staples, assesses. Team members approach her, faces confused or frustrated. In a matter of seconds, though, Kacey has solved their dilemma. They nod, smile, and move on with purpose. It's an orchestra, and Kacey's the conductor. Everyone clearly knows the role they're meant to play. I can almost forgive that she's working this magic with Christmas decorations. Leanne was a hard worker, but it was all for the end result, for the money. It's evident Kacey loves what she does, and she's created a work environment most people would kill to be a part of. Kacey's passion for life seems to extend to all areas of her life. Work and play. That's almost more attractive than the swish of her lustrous hair or her full lips in a pout as she considers a question she's just been asked. Almost. Perhaps this is what I need. Some new fond memories to wipe out the old rotten ones. A way to reframe the holiday. Maybe Christmas doesn't have to be the thing Leanne ruined. My mind returns to the corner of my top drawer, the ring. I feel it pulling me down, holding me back.
Ballantyne?
Kacey's assistant, Lisa, appears behind me. Her expression shifts from surprised to determined.
Guess what? If you're here, you're working.
She follows my gaze to Kacey, and a playful gleam lights her eyes.
We have a strict no spectator policy. You'd better be holding something sparkly in the next 5 seconds or I'll have you escorted out.
What? Me? I hold up my hands. No. I've got a strategy meeting and... Lisa grabs my arm and drags me down the curved staircase. Kacey glances up as we descend inelegantly.
Scrooge!
Her turquoise eyes gleam as she twists a string of lights around the trunk of a tree. Her smile makes my heart swell. Lisa shoves me toward a table laden with piles of tea lights, snowflake baubles, and several ceramic tabletop trees.
Hang one of these on each branch,
she orders. I marches off, mumbling something about an ice sculpture stand. I lift an ornament by its string and search for someone to relieve me of it. Kacey flits over and bumps me lightly with her hip.
This is the last place I expected to see you.
She takes the ornament from my hand and hangs it on an empty branch.
All this Christmas stuff isn't making you want to run away screaming?
Trust me, I'm screaming on the inside, I assure her.
But you're not running away,
she observes. Her hand brushes mine as we reach for the same ornament, and a thrill races through me. Not anymore, I murmur.
Progress, see?
She continues decorating the tree, as if it's second nature. My contribution is almost nil compared to how quickly she works.
Did you have lunch already?
She asks. I glance at my watch. It's 2:45. I ate hours ago. Haven't you?
No time for meals the week of a big event. I live on energy bars and coffee.
Sounds healthy. She laughs.
Yeah.
An ornament now hangs on each of the branches, and she's moved on to another tree. Should I be doing more? Lisa assigned this task to me.
Don't mind her. She gets tunnel vision when we're in the middle of event prep. I bet if my dad walked in right now, she'd have him making gingerbread chateaus.
Chateaus, eh? I ask. One side of her mouth lifts.
Houses are common. This party's upscale.
Indeed. Speaking of dear old dad, what did he think of our expose layout?
Oh, I can't believe I forgot to tell you.
She rolls her eyes.
When I showed him the article, he said people will print anything to sell an issue. Then he had the nerve to ask, aren't you too young to be dating?
Surely you wasn't being serious. I know some dads joke that their daughters aren't allowed to date until they're 40. Perhaps that's what you meant. She rubs her face and lets out an irritated breath.
Maybe. Anyway, I assured him you were a perfect gentleman. He was super busy, so he didn't ask any more questions. We're safe. For now, at least.
Well, you're safe anyway. He might have just put the ordering from my head on a platter. I glance at the clock on the wall. I'm afraid I must dash. My next meeting starts soon, and I'll have to wait for the lift to avoid having another stairwell incident. She stifles a laugh.
Did the new security badge lock you out?
Yes. How did you know?
Those things are so glitchy. I feel like there must be some secret, like blowing on a game cartridge or banging it against the railing to get it to work. How'd you get out?
The ground floor exit. It's always open.
Oh, right.
Have you been locked out as well?
No, but I've heard a lot of other people complain about it. And I had to rescue Lisa twice yesterday. You're tech-savvy. Maybe you can design an upgrade or fix whatever's broken, in your spare time.
Right. Well, I'd rather hope to spend any free time I have with the head of events and aesthetics. But she's a tad busy this week.
That girl.
She blows a stray strand of hair out of her face.
Such a workaholic.
That she is. But you know what? She's quite brilliant when she's in party setup mode. I take in the entire room, and my eyes catch on the underside of the large second-level balcony above the stage. Is that? Kacey, it's beautiful.
What, the lowly tinfoil?
She asks, with a hint of sarcasm. It's even better than the White House version.
You think so? I added the red and blue to match the Nutcracker colors.
I check my watch.
You'd better go. Why don't you stop in after work? I'll be running this show well into the night.
Right, I'll do that. I wonder what she'd do if I carried her off, tape, pencils and all, and kissed her in some forgotten corner of the building until someone sent out a search party for us. Instead, I nod like a proper gentleman and walk away. 10 minutes after everyone's left for the day, I wrap up the final touches on my AI policy memo, then slip my laptop into my bag, shut out the lights, and let my office door close behind me. The bare walls of our Stratton-Ops floor glare at me. Tearing the wreath down back in DC was uncalled for. Just because I have issues with Christmas, it doesn't mean I need to ruin everyone else's. I make a mental note to buy a few and hang them up. As I stroll through the darkened, empty cubicles, my fingers trail along the garland adorning Carol's desk. She wasted no time decorating this one. I wonder if she packed her decorations in her suitcase, but it's not as tacky as I once thought. It adds just the right amount of cheer. A framed family photo on her desk catches my eye, and I pick it up. Carol, her husband, and their 2 kids beam at the camera, in matching plaid pajamas, in front of a Christmas tree. They look charming. Memories of Christmas mornings at home with Mum and Dad, cousins and friends tumble around in my mind, mixing with memories from the last 2 lonely, awful ones. I stare out the window at the setting sun and city lights, and catch myself humming, "I'll be home for Christmas."
You're humming it.
I spin around, startled. Carol! Honestly, you scared me half to death.
So sorry, sir. Didn't mean to. Just forgot my water.
She leans around me and picks up her bottle.
Trying to drink 2 of these a day,
I lift her family photo in explanation and replace it.
We do a pajama picture every year, silly as it is, but the kids love it, and I know it's worth it for the memories.
She pauses for a beat.
If you'll excuse my saying so, it's never too late to embrace the holiday and make some memories of your own.
I open my mouth to say my life's fine the way it is, but I'm not sure I believe that anymore, so I close it.
And I wonder,
she continues,
if Miss Briggs's magic isn't rubbing off on you in the slightest. She's hard to resist. Her enthusiasm, I mean.
Yes, her enthusiasm. I agree.
Good evening, Mr. Ballantyne.
Good evening, Carol. Before you go, do you know Kacey's favorite takeaway restaurant around here? She grins.
I haven't been here long enough, but I'm sure Piper does. Let me send her a text.
When I enter the atrium event hall after hours, I'm shocked at the transformation. Large swathes of gauzy fabric and twinkle lights cover the ceiling. Faux birch trees line the edges of the enormous hall, and cotton batting surrounds the bases of the trees, replicating quite convincing snowdrifts. The number of workers has dwindled significantly. I spot only Kacey, Lisa, and a handful of others. The lighting is dim, and the night sky shows midnight blue, dotted with stars, through the upper-level windows.
Oh, hooray, more helping hands.
Lisa's gaze lands on the takeaway bags I'm holding, and her eyes widen.
And he's come bearing gifts,
she exclaims. Kacey turns away from tucking a spray of fake holly berries into an enormous wreath. She smiles wearily and says,
You came back.
Decorating those trees was so fun, I say for Lisa's benefit. I just had to come back for more.
I'm picking up on your sarcasm, Ballantyne. You're lucky you brought food, or you'd be paying for it by replacing burned-out fairy lights.
I set the bags on an empty table, silently thanking Piper for giving me Lisa's usual order as well as Kacey's. Do you have a moment to eat? I settle on the stool next to Kacey. She spares me a brief glance as she hot glues a pine cone to the reef.
Yeah, just a few more.
I'll do it.
Lisa carefully plucks the glue gun from Kacey's hand. She leans into Kacey until she resigns and slides off the stool.
There's a circular table in the corner that's clear.
I unpack the styrofoam containers, leaving one on the table next to Lisa. Piper said rolled tacos and horchata. Am I saying it right? Lisa stops gluing.
You got me rolled tacos?
Is that not right?
No, it's right, Ballantyne. It's very, very right. Thanks.
I give a small bow. My pleasure. I carry the remaining sack and drinks to the table Kacey's at. Her head is down, resting on her crossed arms. My fingers brush her hair off her face. Long day?
An eternity.
She mumbles. Here, now. You need to eat. Kacey lifts her head, and I slide the tinfoil wrapped burrito over to her. She opens it and sucks in a happy breath.
You went to Cotijan?
Piper's suggestion. She peels the wrapper back, takes a huge bite, and groans.
I think I just fell in love with you.
She freezes mid-bite, and her eyes widen as if she's said something horribly wrong. As if saying she loves me will scare me off. And to be honest, last week it might have done. But things are different now. Don't worry, Tide Girl, I assure her. I won't read anything into it. Her shoulders relax, and she continues eating. I open my container of street tacos and join her. This sort of cuisine is new to me, but it's absolutely delicious. I fully understand the groan Kacey let out when she first bit into her burrito. She takes a drink. I have to ask, I say, what is horchata?
I don't actually know. Want a taste?
She slides it over to me. I take a sip and make a face. Must be an acquired taste.
You don't like it?
It's sweeter than I bargained for. She shrugs and takes a few long pulls.
I love it.
That's all that matters then. We eat in companionable silence for a few minutes. I alternate between studying Kacey's perfect facial features, her high cheekbones, delicate nose, full lips, and watching the event come together around us.
All right, you two.
Lisa calls from across the room.
Break time's over.
We exchange a conspiratorial glance and begin cleaning up our mess. While Lisa eats, Kacey picks up where she left off, and I resume my position, watching. Can I help? I ask.
Do you want to?
Kacey says warily. No, I thought I'd get your hopes up before I dash off home. She laughs.
How about stuffing these clear ornaments with confetti?
Teach me. The next 3 hours pass in a blur of stapling, wrapping, hanging, and assembling. By the time we call it a night, I've gained a new respect for how much work goes into event decor. Someone has to source the decorations. Someone has to install them. I'd never stopped to think about the sheer amount of behind-the-scenes work until tonight. At 10:30, Kacey stretches and says,
All right, I'm calling it.
Yes.
Lisa throws her hands up like a MasterChef contestant hearing the final buzzer.
I'm out. See you tomorrow morning, boss. Later, Ballantyne.
She hugs Kacey, gives me a hearty slap, and is out the door before I can offer to walk her out. Should I follow her? I ask, rubbing my arm where her hand landed.
She's scarier than anything in our parking lot. Trust me, she takes jujitsu with my brother.
Kacey must see I'm not convinced.
Relax, the security guard on duty will walk her out, promise.
I nod, but the tension in my shoulders remains. I need to tell Kacey about the message from Leanne. But how? She picks up her satchel. I take it from her, and we head to the exit. Kacey, I need to tell you something.
Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good.
I rub the back of my neck. My ex messaged me. She's coming to the gala with Nigel. Kacey halts.
Wow. You're still coming, right? You have to be there.
I pinch the bridge of my nose and exhale. I want to. The timing is...
Awful.
She asks. Truly awful. But I do plan to be there. The cool night air envelops us as I hold the door open. We make our way to Kacey's SUV through the deserted car park. The security guard nods at us as we pass.
Can I ask you something?
Kacey says. Sure. I hold her bag out for her.
Have you guys kept in touch? I mean, does she text you often?
Kacey opens her door, tosses her things in. Her voice is casual, but there's a hint of jealousy. As much as I dislike this conversation, I can't deny the flicker of satisfaction it brings. but I won't exploit it. This is the first time she's reached out since the breakup, I say. Of course, we had to speak at the office before I transferred to DC, but that was strictly business. I avoided her and Nigel whenever possible. Kacey's tired gaze lifts to mine.
Do you miss her?
No, I say immediately. The vulnerability in her eyes makes me want to wrap her in my arms, to reassure her I only have feelings for her. But I sense a distance between us now. She nods slowly, thoughtfully. Awkward silence thickens the air between us. She drops her gaze and fidgets with her keys. Kacey's never been guarded or quiet around me. It's an unfamiliar and unwelcome change.
I'd better get home.
She climbs into her SUV, shuts the door, and opens the window.
You should too.
Right. Home. As if my hotel room is even close to being home. See you tomorrow then?
Yeah.
She sounds sad.
See you.
I wasn't banking on a kiss, but if there was even the slightest chance, I just destroyed it. No matter. I needed to tell her. And even though my stomach twists as she drives away, I don't regret my choice to be honest with her.